Hey, I'm Steve Magnante here at the 2017 Crisis at Carlisle show. I'm a product specialist for Dodge. You might also know me from Barrett Jackson, but I'm a Dodge man at the core. One tattoo on my body right there, that's the one and only, the Scat Pack. But we have something really cool here for 2017 Carlisle, the 2018 Demon. The big news with Demon is basically it's a Hellcat. It's been optimized for drag racing. These will run 960s in the quarter mile with the factory installed Nitto drag radials. But don't confuse this with the Drag Pack Challenger, which is a race only. These cars can be driven from Boston to Los Angeles, day-to-day traffic, no problem. The big story is under the hood, where the 6.2-liter Hellcat engine has been fortified with a 2.7-liter supercharger. This guy here, the standard Hellcat is 2.3 liters. Well, this helps to make more boost, bringing power from 707 up to 808 horsepower, which is an unbelievable, crazy number. Now, if you see one of these on the street, the two things that tell you that it's not a Hellcat, but a Demon are the crest on top of the intercooler, this guy here is replacing the SRT logo, and the red rocker covers and engine block. Hellcats are orange, as are 6.4s. But aside from that, they're quite similar in appearance. Of course, the hood scoop on the Demon is patterned after the 1968 Hemi Dart, the old dustpan hood scoop. And does it work? Oh yeah. Air goes in and then follows its way through here where it enters the air box to allow the engine to breathe cooler, denser air. And again, the hood is aluminum, as were the hoods on Max Wedges back in 63 and 4. And one other thing too at the front is the air catchers have been doubled up. On Hellcat, the inboard lamp functions to bring cool air in. Well, on Demon, they doubled it up, so both lamps function as a lamp and an air door. So it's kind of cool. Inside the car, there's big news too. It's the only American car that is offered with one seat. The Italians call it monoposto. Well, the bottom line is, for drag racing, you don't want passengers in the car. So these cars come standard with one bucket seat. But if you want the passenger side front bucket, it's an extra $1. And if you want the back bench, which adds 3 more people for a total of 5, it's another $1. So $2 turns this car from a 1-seater into a 5-seater. And again, Challenger's the only pony car that has the ability to seat 5. But this one here has got the 2 seats up front. You can see here, these are the standard seats. There's also a leather Napa seat package, which is a little more, but again, the standard seating on Challenger is the single bucket, but again, this has the doubles. This also has the Wild Wheel, which is named after the project manager on this, Jim Wilder, and that's an Alcantara coated steering wheel. Now, in the old days, the Hemi Darts and stuff were radio delete, heater delete, just stripped out cars. Not so the Demon. These have air conditioning, they have a full stereo system, and an onboard dyno, and an actual G meter that tells you the G's in all directions. So these are not stripped out radio delete cars like the old Hemi Darts were. Yeah, big news too is the Demon is the only American muscle car that comes from the factory with drag radials right off the line. Now these are a set of 4 Nitto drag radials. They're 2 inches wider than the tires on the Hellcat. The bottom line is they had to do something to cover that for traffic laws and safety. So these are wheel flares that are added to the front and the back. But again, these tires are part of the ingredients that allow this car to generate wheel stands off the starting line. If you go to the Guinness Book of World Records, they have validated the fact that Demon is capable of yanking the front tires off the line for about 2-3 feet and generating incredible traction because of these tires and the chassis suspension. Another thing too is the lug nuts on this car. Every detail was looked at by the SRT engineers. You can see they're open-faced, and these come from the police car parts bin. They save ½ a pound per car, but you know what? It all adds up. Now inside the trunk is something pretty cool. These are the skinny front wheels that come with the car. The tires, they're not included. Now here's the deal. The rims are 18 inches diameter, 4 inches wide. Drag racers call these front runners. The bottom line is on a straight line, you don't need a lot of tire contact patch. You're not cornering. But these keep the car off the ground and also minimize rolling resistance. So the thing is, you get the rims, customer puts the tires on. The idea is that these skinny tires, they're DOT legal, this particular set is. However, they don't behave like a wide, sticky Nitto drag radial. So we want to be sure, Dodge does, that the customer understands the limitations of these skinny tires. So we have them put the tires on themselves rather than supply them with the car, in case you know what you're up to, which is fine. Beyond that, in the trunk, you'll also get this very cool aluminum snap-on jack. There's also an air pump and pneumatic wrench. All these things are included with a thing called the direct connection kit, which comes standard with every Demon. But again, here we have the skinny front tires and wheels that are part of the Demon package and allow it to do wheel stands. And that's the story of the Demon. Now here's the thing, you know, back in the 60s, limited production was the rule, like 68 Hemi Darts, they made 70. 1965, the A990 Hemi Coronet, 101 cars. Well, the Demon's going to be built in massive quantities, 3,300 cars, 300 for Canada, 3,000 for the States. That's an amazing number, and they start to flow around September, October. Pricing, about 85 to 90,000 would be typical on these cars, and you can look for these to start hitting the street just around the holidays. So go see your Dodge dealer. The good old days are right now.